Happy Mental Health Awareness Month!
Okay. For me, I present myself as a very joyful person, which I am. I have a positive outlook on life, but I don't always feel as joyful or happy as I present myself as. And that's something that I've found friends that I can talk to about that. Mental health is a really difficult thing to talk about and share about, but it's also incredibly important. It's just as important as your physical health. We have these masks that show that this is how we present ourselves, but it's not how we feel. But how you feel is incredibly important.
I'm an ally because I have lots of friends and family who have struggled with their mental health over the years, and struggling with your mental health does not make you weak.
I struggle with anxiety as well as depression, and I'm also an ally because I think it's so important for people to understand that there shouldn't be a stigma around mental health. Having mental health struggles myself has made me realize that I have to have a lot of compassion for myself and as well as other people, and I think that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned. Just allowing yourself to have days off and take care of your mental health, because it should be a priority as well as every other thing that's in your life.
I'm an ally because I have personal experience, and I know that mental illness does not discriminate. I believe we all have been impacted by this. No one suffers alone. There's a family and a community around each person.
2 or 3 years ago, my mental health started just dropping. I couldn't do my classes, a simple math problem just destroyed me. So I decided to go to a psychiatrist and got diagnosed with a sort of bipolar depression. I would say I'm thriving now and I'm doing great, but honestly I have really bad days and some days I have really good days, and you just gotta go with the flow. Go get help. You need help, you go get help. I'm not scared for asking for help. I've asked for help multiple times and they've helped me, and it's a process, that's all I can say. Just you have to, one day at a time honestly, and just keep on going, push yourself. And I know you might be scared, but just push yourself. You got this.
I'm an ally because I think it's super important to understand that mental health is never a choice. I have a friend who was once dealing with anorexia, and I know even I have to have compassion sometimes, because there would be times where I would get super frustrated and almost just ask the question, why isn't she eating? Why can't she just start eating and getting healthy again? And I think it's really important to understand that mental health is never a choice. People never choose to go through a certain disorder.
About 5 years ago, I very suddenly found myself having massive panic attacks and suffering from a lot of anxiety and even some depression because of it. And I'm here today to tell my story because I just think it's so important. And even though here at St. Luke's I'm seen as an upbeat person, sometimes I put the mask on, and a lot of people don't realize that inside I am suffering. Even though now I have gotten a lot of help and I know the strategies I need to have in order to get through every day or get through when I'm not feeling well. And I just think it's so important for us to share, because it's important for people to know they're not alone. It's important for everybody to know that you need to have empathy. You have no idea what other people are going through, and someone might be going through something very tough that they're not showing you, they're not telling you.
When I developed depression and anxiety, it took me years to get treatment. And I think that's because of the stigma around mental health disorders. To me, it felt like a character flaw. And so if it were a character flaw, I should be able to will myself better. And I spent a lot of time thinking I needed just to run more or pick more flowers or whatever it was. And I did all of those things and I was still depressed and anxious. There's something about this closeness of mental health and character that really gets in the way of helping people get better.
I'm Macy Malonis, and I helped start the Mind Matters Club at St. Luke's. I wanted to start this club because I understand, what it's like to struggle with your mental health. I personally struggle with anxiety, and that's something that I've felt for a majority of my life, and I've realized, especially during the pandemic, how isolating things can feel and how hard it can be to struggle with your mental health, and I've seen other people struggle with it as well. And I think that this club together and through our St. Luke's community, that we can find ways to support each other, to show each other that we're not alone. I think sometimes we wear a mask and project what we want others to see, but really on the inside we can be struggling with something.
You are loved. You are heard.
Your mind matters.
Stigma! Okay. Ready?
Stop. Stigma!